or Data, the operating system for modern media, where you can connect your data, orchestrate your workflows, and power engagement with your audience. Find out more at ordata.io. Dear listener, welcome to the Quarter Hour. Today, we've got some big news from Christian O'Connell.
The entire world is talking about what's happened the last couple of months with the Carl and Jackie O show. It's been huge. Very big, hard-working team to put that together. And one of them was a guy called Intern Pete, a very familiar voice on that show. An outstanding human, very talented producer, and I'm genuinely really excited to welcome him now. Intern Pete joins the bright side of the dial. Welcome to us.
Thank you so much, guys. Absolute honour to be here this morning. I'm completely overwhelmed, but I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it must have been actually very hard on you. It's a big part of your life that you've been through such an enormous show like that and a crazy couple of months. But I've been a fan of your work for a couple of years, so we'll be talking for a while now, Pete. Yeah. And you're going to be a great addition on and off air to what we do as we're building this new show here in Sydney.
When can I start? I think we've got an official date in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to have a couple of days off.
You said a couple of weeks. I was told next Monday.
Okie dokie. I'll do what I'm told, obviously. I'm sorry.
Well, we've really landed a good one.
Well, yep. You've got a good one.
You're a perfect fit. Let's be honest.
You're a perfect fit. Pete, you deserve a great opportunity. I'm so excited about you joining the show. Seriously, welcome to the bright side of the dial, mate. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Can't wait, guys. Thank you so much.
And joining us now is the wonderful Intern Pete, fan favourite of the pod, I'm sure it's fair to say. Hello, Pete. Congratulations. I suppose you're now, graduate, Pete?
Not a bad name, actually. Yeah, a couple of months ago, a listener grabbed me in the street and goes, got a new name for you. New name for you. Let's call you Unemployed Pete. I thought, hang on, I'm not there. No, we're here, but we're going to keep the Intern Pete name going because that's something that I think our audiences across the country know. And hey, fingers crossed, we might officially graduate at some stage.
Nice. Well, congratulations, mate, from all of us here at the Quarter Hour. So how long have you been talking to Christian about it?
For Christian, and look, there's two-part answers to that. I've known Christian for a long time. Got to know him super well when he first started here in Australia, and reached out and just sort of let him know how great Australian radio is and welcome. And we've always kept in contact there. I spoke to Christian probably a couple of months ago. He touched base. I had a bit of a chat, but not necessarily about opportunities, more just check in, see what's going on, all that sort of stuff. He was absolutely fantastic. And then we sort of ramped up the last couple of weeks where I went, are you open to have the conversation? And I said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just a solid show. And it's just like, I feel like that's a place where I belong at the moment, which is really cool. So, countdown is on.
Nice. So you start, end of May?
Yeah, 25th of May. So, look, Christian would get me to start tomorrow if we could. He's ready to strike while we've been ready to go for a couple of weeks here, and we would love to start ASAP. But there's just a few things back in that we've got to, make sure we've got in place. And I'm not demanding, but I'm sure they've got a 30-minute montage every day on my final week when I come back next week on KISS to play with all your favourite Intern Pete moments that no one ever.
Well, I guess the most embarrassing thing would be is if they ask you to put it together yourself.
Yeah, I've got one ready to go in case they don't. So that's fine.
What, one of those, if you're listening to this, I'm dead, one of those kind of ones?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. So, no, so look, so I'm having a couple of days off now. This is done. We're going to try and take a few days off, and then I'll have my final week on KISS. And then May 25, which is when we'll kick things off and go and create great radio with Christian and the team.
Awesome. Well, we know you're very well known in Australian radio, but for those who haven't heard your radio story, where did you start?
Radio, first job, ACE Radio Warrnambool. I did the Melbourne Radio School, which used to be owned by ACE Radio. Simon Kirby was the general manager there at the time, name drop. And John Vertigan was the first person who gave me the opportunity to, I was like the floater, 3YB Coast FM Warrnambool. We got this new program. We were using Wizard at the time, and we got this new program called Next Gen. And I remember saying to Verto, hey, this system's amazing. I don't have to dub in the hot hits and take 40 in like real time. We just plug it in. I said, this is like, you guys don't even, it's almost like you don't even need me. And he's like, no, mate, you'll be fine. 3 days later, I got made redundant. So I my first job in radio was about 6 weeks. And then I went along to Riverland Radio, 5RM, Magic FM, Magic's Morning After Crew with Deppeler and Maddie. Did a breakfast show there. Had a fantastic couple of years under the leadership of David Bye and Cheryl Lardner. Just incredible couple of years. Made my way back to the ACE Radio family, Hamilton, Horsham, Colac, over a couple of years, different shows, drive shows, breakfast shows, multiple markets. It was awesome. And Dave Cameron, I met with him almost, I'm going to say about 18 years ago. And he said, and I just wanted to be the next big thing. And he was the one that said to me, cool, so you're not bad on air, but have you thought about producing? And I said, well, I produce myself anyway. And he gave me, it wasn't necessarily the offer, but it was two options that were on the table at the time. One was to be the EP of the Hot 30 Countdown with, at the time was Charlie Robinson and Chris Page. And then the other show was a new show they were building just after Hamish and Andy called Fifi and Jules. And essentially they went with, let's get him on nights, let's get him going. I did that for 18 months and it would end up being Maddie Acton and Ward Garrett. Time of my life, amazing show. And then I went on to Triple M, became the EP of Merrick Watts and the Highway Patrol. We launched that. Fast forward 2014, we launched KISS, and that's where I've been for the last 12 and a half years. That's a short answer, by the way.
Oh, it's okay. Now, I know ARN think very highly of you, and obviously so does Christian, but was this offer a surprise, or did you think this is the next logical step in your career?
Surprise, good question. I felt really honoured. I no matter what the show I'm on at the time, I like to think one of my good traits is loyalty for sure. Like obviously the amount of time on Kyle and Jack, and come survey days, I'd be piping on air and go, your ratings are through the roof, Kyle and Jack, and I'm hearing there's mass firings in all the other stations because of the disaster. This is 10 years ago, and I was like, this was never true. It was all just a bit of hoo-ha. And then I think to find out, and talking to other people since literally in the last few hours since the announcement today, I think it's nice to know that I didn't completely burn all the industry in once. And I think they got the hoo-ha, which is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it was all just having fun. There was nothing ever too serious about what I was doing, or do as a character, or even Intern Pete or Pete Deppeler, whatever you want to call me. Nothing's too serious. So yeah, honoured is the short answer. I think I was like, yeah, thank you. It felt good.
Yeah, for sure. Now, your role. So you're going to be a roving reporter and a producer. Explain how that's going to work.
Yeah, so roving reporter, prominently based out of Sydney. Obviously been here for about 20 years or so that'll be the key role there. Different things that are going on in the city, and then obviously traveling around when there's things that need to be doing or whatever needs to be done. Really, it's one of those things which is whatever needs to be done, we get done and go and do it in the best way we possibly can. And then senior producer as well. So I guess, joining the team there with the producers and just bringing, I don't want to say the word expertise. It makes me sound smart, but, bring my experience. Is that the better word? Which I'm so stoked because I just love producing so much, and it's just you have a chance to be a part of assisting everyone's mornings and putting a smile on their face and creating something, and then looking at a show, and then because I always believe that you should look at every show and be prepared to blow that up literally like that, just walk away from it because there's just 10 other better things that are happening that day. Forward planning is amazing, but you've got to be prepared to blow up every show for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's talk about Christian and getting into Sydney. You've lived there for a long time. You know the show. So what do you think Christian's biggest opportunity for growth is?
Yeah, I think he's got, I think what Sydney is going to realise, and I hope it doesn't take too much time, it's a very solid radio show. It's very much, from everything I've known about Christian, he is someone that likes to understand everywhere every speaker that he's coming out of, whether that be a listener, that be a city, a country, a suburb, or whatever it is. And if you listen to the show already, he is with what's out there on Sydney Breakfast at the moment, he is well ahead of the game. So I think it just comes down to the sampling at the end of the day. And I think once people do clock onto a show like that, just in the little experience I've had in the last sort of week ago with some secret friends that I told them about my little project that I was working on, they've all been checking it out and giving me their feedback. Like, this is great. So it will come down to sampling, and I hope people do give it a go. And if it takes a couple of shows for you, let that be. But it's just solid radio. It's not trying to be the next anything else. It is its own identity, and he's proven that in Melbourne as well, one of the hardest radio markets in the country. So I think they're going to catch on pretty quickly that it's a pretty solid show.
Yeah, good call. Okay, so Kyle and Jack, obviously I'm not going to ask you anything about the show because there's lots of legal issues at play. But I want to know, I guess, from you personally, that chapter's come to an end. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been one heck of a few months, like absolutely crazy. And thank you to everyone as well. Like people have been amazing, to be fair. And you're right, I won't go into too much depth, but I'm feeling today so overwhelmed in the most positive way though. I really feel like I feel good today. I haven't been to bed. So last night I got so stressed, so excited. It was like Christmas night for me. So I was exhausted. And I think this feels like the final piece of the puzzle for me right now in regards to starting the new journey. Because, when there's a moment like this that I don't know if many people will get to experience it like this, it was full on. And I went through different stages, obviously sadness, reflection, and what next, and let's go, really. So I feel I'm going to have a couple of days off, as I said before, and I'm just excited for that because that part has been absolutely taken its toll on everyone. And I'm so excited now. Like I've got a skip in my step that I haven't had there for a while because it's been crazy times, right? So I'm feeling really, really good. And so honestly, I cannot keep up with the messages today. It is just unreal. And if I can use your platform just to say thank you to everyone because I feel the top of the world. It's amazing.
That's so good, mate. It's really good for you. Look, I think no one in the industry would ever question your work ethic. I think everyone knows you're a hard worker and you always have been, right from the early days of the Kyle and Jackie O show through to now and probably before that too. But I just am glad now, I guess, because you get a chance to shine. I think you've always got credit for the things that you do well, but you were part of an ensemble cast on that show. And yes, you had more foreground than some others did in terms of being a voice on the show, but you certainly were part of the ensemble and you knew your role to play, and that was to complement and supplement the two main hosts. And one thing that I know Christian is really good at is spotlighting the individual members of the team, making you all feel like you're really valuable and part of not just an ensemble cast, but you're a co-host. So I'm pretty sure that is going to work out really well for you and let everyone hear the obvious talent that you've got as a radio broadcaster and practitioner.
Absolutely. And look, honestly, just to say that as well with Christian and the team as well, like talking to Christian daily, we're talking about it and sneaky peeky behind the scenes here, but like I really was struggling this morning. As I said, I hadn't slept, all that sort of stuff. I was just so nervous. And I just wrote him a little text message that said, hey, message for later, just, honesty, transparency is what I'm absolutely, just so nervous, haven't slept, blah, blah, blah. And he just sent me the most wonderful voice note. And it was just like so motivational for me just to get up, go, and let's go get it. And he was making me feel it's your day. It's your day. And it was so good. And I was just like chuffed. It was amazing. So get out a beer later.
Very well deserved too. Now, just to finish off, can I confirm that I've got the right end of the stick here from my programming brain? You aren't taking the Peter Files with you to Gold FM, are you?
Peter Files is actually registered to myself, to be fair. I trademarked that name. Sorry. My best mate for my birthday 3 weeks ago gave me the trademark name, the Peter Files. He thought, no, you will not lose that. You will not lose that segment name. So I guess from a birthday, shout out to my best mate, Travis, who gave me that lovely birthday gift of the Peter Files. And I am so thankful that I have that name forever. And that'll be on Christian. I'm happy to license it out if it is needed to anyone who would like to borrow it as well. What ridiculous.
New revenue stream. Mate, look, on behalf of everyone at the Quarter Hour, which is pretty much just me, and all our P1s, you are a fan favourite. Everyone loves you. I think universally the feedback on you is so positive. So wish you all the very best of luck with the new role with Christian.
Oh, amazing. Who exactly? Can you give me some names? I'm king. I love it. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
The fabulous intern Pete Deppeler. Congratulations to him. Dear listener, that's it for the Quarter Hour for today. Another episode in your feed on Thursday. But for now, see you later.